So let's start with some punching techniques. And you see I'm really concentrating more on driving the punch forward, not necessarily hitting hard, but making it appear as if I can really put a lot of power into that style of punching. Some styles back fist, so you want to practice how to execute a backhand type of a punch. If you open your hand, you also have a wide variety of strikes that you can do. You can start by using your fingertips and just clawing at or raking or poking at the eyes. Okay, and again, it's just all different types of ways you can do that. And again, always concentrating on good form. Okay, so those are our finger jabs, we call them. And if you stiffen your fingers up, it's more of a finger thrust. Good target for that would be the throat. Okay, so I'm forming a good strike when I do that. You also have the inside of your hand. You can do that for use that for slapping or for palm striking. Good target to execute slaps on is the groin or the ear. And even back here you have a kidney strike, and that's all generated through a whipping, slapping motion with your hand. And then you have a palm strike. Some of these strikes you might not see a benefit or advantage to maybe doing a punch, but if you injured your hand in a battle, you might have to open your hand up and strike with a different part of your hand. So that would be another reason why you always want to practice a lot of different variations of striking. Okay, so there's your palm strike. As a good representation, you can see how I'm just setting up a nice jerking position with my arm. I like to do that on the arm itself, as simulating a break. You see, there's inside of my arm. And then you have elbows. Okay, elbows can go in a lot of different places, and they can be done many different ways. Again, the variables, I'm going to the person's punching hand, and I'm just going to let him run into that. I can come down and in. Okay, these are all variations to throwing elbows. Shoulders and heads. Shoulder and your head. I'm not going to make any contact, but there's my headbutt. And this could be a shoulder bang. You have a couple different types of knees, and again, it's the placement of those knees that you are looking to develop. And kicks. Okay, so just kind of like maybe setup kicks or stopping style kicks. Okay, I'm sure you can come up with a lot of different creative kicks on the wooden dummy. I'm going to talk about how to form a good block, or at least represent a block as if I'm trying to move and defend against a punch coming at me. You see, so this is just a hand block. I'm just using my hand to parry the punch out of the way. Okay. And then a harder or maybe more powerful strike, I might want to treat a little differently and use my forearm. And again, experimenting in different ways you can do that. Going forward with your block or going back with your block. Those are all different variations using your forearms to block with as well as your hands. And then combine that with getting out of the way like we did in our twist, turn, and bend video. Okay. Once you have enough practice time using the strikes and the blocks, you put them together. You just maybe you do a block and a strike, a block and a strike. You know, nothing too crazy. Just try and put stuff together. You know, most of the development on the wooden dummy is from you being very intuitive and imaginative, and you can come up with some really good combinations. And in our final video of this series, which we'll call Put It Together, we're going to talk about that a little bit more. We're going to talk about all the different things we did in this volume and how we can just make a nice little training session out of it. So this was Form Your Strike, and the last video in the series is going to be Put It Together.